What's up, everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now, for this video, I've done plenty of them in the past, but this one's gonna be a little different. Before you watch it, go ahead and watch my 2024 home gym video. Take into account everything you see in that video and then compare it to everything that's going to be presented in this one. There has been a drastic change between all the pieces of equipment and everything that I utilize in my workouts from the home gym of last year to now. Over these past 12 months, oh my god, almost everything has been replaced. We're seeing all new machines. Pretty much the home gym just leveled up, and I'm truly grateful to be able to have access to a home gym. I'm grateful for the collaborations and the partnerships that happened over 2024, because without all that, I wouldn't be able to enjoy my workouts here on my own, because I'm still going to refuse to get a public gym membership because, why deal with a lot of people when I got the privacy of my own place? So with that being said, let's get into it. So one of the biggest changes you notice if you see the 2024 video compared to now is I no longer have that wooden power rack that I built myself. No, now I have a legitimate power rack that not only allows me to store the barbell and do, free barbell lifts, but it's got so many different things. This right here, this rack, all in one. If I had to limit it down to one piece of equipment for a home gym, it'd be this. Any exercise you can think of, any type of goal, whether it be building strength, building muscle, whatever it is, I could achieve it all just utilizing this rack alone. And the amount of space that it takes up, I could just be from right here on. I can reach all my goals. I can get all my workouts in, all the exercises done with just this rack. So I'm truly grateful for RitFit, 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 for the collaboration I had with them last year. They sent me this rack for free as long as I give a review, pros, cons, what I liked about it, and just my honest feedback about it. Go ahead and check out that video. I'll link it down below. But overall, great rack. As far as home gym quality, this definitely exceeds it, man. It has been put through the test. Still use it to this day. No falters, no errors, nothing. Everything works exactly as it should. So obviously it's got the main part, which is where you put the barbell, and this is where I do all my big lifts. This area right here, not only just the rack but the empty space here, my squatting, my benching, my deadlift, the big three powerlifting style training. This is where it gets done. But not just that, I could also do any other assistance exercises, because for those who train for strength, you already know you can't just do barbell lifts. You can't just be doing squatting, benching, deadlifting. No, you got to be able to do some other exercises to help build up, those other muscle groups. So a great thing about this rack is that it has a Smith machine built up into it right here. And a great thing about that Smith machine, it just adds variety to my workouts. Now, I know many of you hate on the Smith machine, but I mean, realistically, I only do 3 exercises on there. I do sissy squats for my quads, I do incline bench press for my upper chest, and I do shrugs for my traps. I mean, real great exercises. I'm not using it for the main lifts. I'm not doing a flat bench press and I'm not doing a squat or a deadlift with it, but I am using it for other smaller muscle groups because, again, the carryover to my big lifts, we're talking about a night and day difference. Another great thing I like about this rack is that it has 2 individual cables, one running across one side, obviously one on the other. And these weight carriages, they move up and down, so depending on where I want to pull the cable from, it's adjustable. And that's one of the best things, just variety. If you're going to minimize the amount of equipment that you have, make it as versatile as possible, and that's exactly what this rack does. But for me personally, my goals, when it comes to using these cable systems, I only do 3 exercises. I'll keep it up high if I want to do some tricep pushdowns, or I'll set it down low if I want to do some overhead tricep pushdowns, or I keep both of them high, stand in the middle, and get some cable crossovers in for the chest. Realistically, those are the only 3 exercises that I do when it comes to these cables, because I have another cable machine, which we'll get to in a bit. Now, towards the back is just a general storage area. I will say, if you are going to be having your home gym in your backyard, the way I do, things are going to get dirty, especially right here in LA with all the fires that's been going on. The amount of ash, debris, dust, just everything. The weather condition has not been good these past couple of weeks. Keep everything in toolboxes. That's exactly what I do. So all these toolboxes I have right here, it's got a variety of things that I really am trying to avoid getting damaged by, the weather. So it's got all of my smaller, attachments, elbow sleeves, knee sleeves, wrist wraps, just, small stuff, yoga blocks, a foam roller, all the little things. Just keep them inside of a box so that way the dust doesn't get to them, and also so you don't have to wipe things down constantly. And then I got some more storage up top where I keep all the rest of the cable attachments, and trying to maximize space. Pull a bar up here with some ab straps because I do like doing hanging leg raises. So again, just trying to maximize the amount of space that I have. Additionally, all the weight plates I have, I got weight plates stored in the back. I got some bumper plates right here on the side, and then I got my metal 45s down here. That's it for the rack. The space right here, I can do whatever I want, mainly deadlifts, my big pulling movements. I got bars hung up here. If you're limited on space, start hanging things up top. So I got an axle bar up here, and I got my deadlift bar up here. Real great whenever I need to deadlift. All right, no big deal. Just bring the bar down here, go ahead and do it. When I'm done, store it back up. Again, great way to maximize space, because for anyone who's trying to open up a home gym, you already know space is one of the key limiting factors when it comes to figuring out what it is that you want to bring in. So I primarily train for strength. I want to build on my squat, my bench, and my deadlift. Hence the reason why I kept emphasizing the barbell lifts over there on the rack. But occasionally we want to work the smaller muscle groups. Occasionally we want, a good bicep pump. Occasionally we want to build up, those shoulders, get a couple laterals in. That's where dumbbells come into play. And without a doubt, as far as home gym standards go, fair to say, I got a good amount of dumbbells. But you got to keep in mind, at one point I was training up to 8 people here at the same time. 8 different people, different strength levels, different goals, different physiques. So I had to make sure I was able to accommodate everyone. So hence the reason why all the dumbbells. But the thing was, once they left, I kept all the equipment because I'm like, all right, I can still utilize it. So as far as my dumbbells go, they start off at 5 pounds and go all the way up to 60 pounds in 5-pound jumps. From there on out, it gets in bigger jumps. Afterwards, it goes 75, 85, 95s. And then down here, I got 110s. And then I got a single 125. So I only have 125. The only thing I do with it are rows. I will like to say, if you are of that strength level where you need heavier dumbbells, if you try to buy them, they're going to be expensive, obviously. So what I did, especially for this 125 and my pairs of 110s, I bought the handle, and then I bought a bunch of different 10-pound plates from anywhere. Swap Meet, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. And then I just made my own dumbbell. That's going to be a lot cheaper compared to if you were to buy a pair of 110s or a 125 from an actual website, one where it already comes all pre-built. No, piece out the 10s wherever you can and then buy the handle separately. Make it yourself so much cheaper. And it's not even just for dumbbells. Any weight, barbells, weight plates, any varying size of dumbbells, buy your equipment and use. At the end of the day, 45 pounds is 45 pounds. Whether it's shining brand new or beat up and rusted, it's still going to weigh the same, and you're going to be saving so much money. None of my weights have been brand new. None of my dumbbells, none of my weight plates, none of my barbells, none have been bought new. They've all been bought used because, again, they all serve the same purpose. They all weigh the same amount of weight. So what difference does it make? I'm just saving money. You shouldn't be breaking the bank to set up a home gym. It just needs to work. It just needs to be functional. So obviously with the dumbbells, there's a lot of things I could do, whether it be direct arm exercises, thing for the shoulders. But another great thing is obviously having a bench to, do some assistance bench pressing off of. Great thing about this bench, adjustable in any way you can think of. The varying levels of incline, or I could just keep it flat all the way up into something like a shoulder press. Great piece of equipment. Again, try to maximize your space. If you are limited on space, the pieces of equipment that you do have, try to make them as versatile as possible. Don't just get a flat bench with only one setting. Get one that's adjustable. It's just going to add more variety to your workouts, and also make it easy to move around. Try to find one with wheels like this one. It makes it easier to move around, especially if you are going to be crowded. Last thing you want to do is have to pick it up and you're bumping all over the place. Now, probably the second biggest change when it comes to this home gym, again, comparing back to the 2024 home gym tour, is I actually have machines now. Now, me personally, I've never really been too big on machines. I've always gravitated towards free weights. Not only because that's my preference when it comes to working out, I rather feel, the full amount of weight compared to machines where, the angle of the machine affects how much resistance you're actually lifting. That's why some machines you could put on more weight, other machines you could take off less. It's just so much variety. But not just that, but also spatial wise, I didn't have much space to work with, from that end of the rack up into here. It's really not that much room, so I'm not going to be dedicating a good amount of floor space for machines which can typically do only one exercise. But some accommodations have been made. This right here, I'm talking about leg curls and leg extensions. So, I mean, I'm talking about now there's variety. There's multiple exercises that I could do. And for only $100 used that I found on Facebook Marketplace, I can't toss that up. I mean, come on now. There's only so many RDLs I can do for my hamstrings. There's only so many squats that I can do for my quads. Sometimes I need a little bit more variety. Leg extensions can be done on this machine. Seated leg curls can be done on this machine. And single leg curls can be done on this machine. So again, 3 exercises all in one on one piece of equipment to add more variety to my thighs, to my quads, and my hamstrings for $100 only. For that price, how can you pass up on this machine? I mean, and I'm thankful I got it. Again, adds so much variety, so much gains have been made on this, and it didn't break the bank. Now over here, again, another big collaboration that I'm truly grateful for, again with RitFit. They saw that they liked the review I made on the Power Rack. A couple months later, hey, we got the leg press and hack squat 2-in-1. Would you be willing to do another video similar to the rack? Give it a review, pros and cons. We'll send it for you for free. Oh, without a doubt, how can I pass that up? So this right here has definitely been utilized. So if before I wasn't too keen on having a big machine, now I got a full-on leg press in my home gym, and I'm really grateful for it. But that's not the only thing I could do on here. Again, we got leg presses, we got hack squats, and calf raises. All 3 exercises can be done on this one piece of equipment. Now, for me personally, I mainly use it for hack squats and calf raises. I don't really use it at all for leg press. Not because I don't like the exercise, it's because when it's leg press, it's pretty obvious. Everyone can lift so much weight on leg press. We could stack up so many pounds. I just don't like having to put on so much weight and then taking it off. It just gets annoying to me, and it's just so time consuming. So I primarily use it mostly for hack squats and calf raises. The hack squats, I don't have to put as much weight, but the amount of stretch that I feel on that quad, the burning sensation that I feel, that is perfect. That is exactly what I'm looking for. And then the calf raises, you know, that's my lacking muscle. You know, I need to build them up. I have small calves, so it makes it a lot easier just to utilize this piece of equipment for those 2 exercises. But, you know, occasionally for some variety, I do use it for the leg press. And since we're talking about leg press, since we put so much weight on it, having to put up so many 45s, all this weight, it gets time consuming. So I just use the 100-pound plates on here. Not many gyms in general have 100-pound plates, but I found them super cheap, again, on Craigslist. I got 2 100-pound plates on each side. That's what I use for leg press. I only have to load up 2 plates compared to loading up 4 to 5 45-pound plates. It just makes it way more convenient. And luckily, I've been able to set this up in a way where, you know, it's a little crowded, but there's still walking room where I can, you know, add the weight here, put the weight back, step up here, adjust some of the weight right here. You know, it all worked out. So I try to maximize the amount of space, and these machines, again, I could do a variety of exercises. I'm not gonna be sacrificing so much space for a machine that can only do one thing. I refuse to do that. Over here, back extension machine. Use it for back extensions. I can use it for reverse hypers. I can go ahead and flip myself over, and I could do some type of sit-up on it. $40. That's all this thing costed. For that price, how can you pass it up? I mean, and realistically does not take as much room. As you can see, boom, small little space right here. Just slide it in there. Add 3 more exercises to your variety. And also, I can use it for dips because it's got the handles, but I just personally don't like the exercise of the dips, so I don't do it. But for anyone who is interested, if you get a back extension machine, they all come with handlebars, so if you like dips, boom, now you got 2-in-1. But again, everyone's a little different depending on what you prefer, what exercises you like. And then on top of that, I got a small little table here. Again, any flat surface will get utilized as a table. So sometimes, you know, my water bottle, I'll get tired of moving it around. My phone, I'm like throwing it everywhere, and I'm like, where did I leave it? Did I leave it on that bench? Did I leave it on top of the dumbbell rack? It's just good to have a small table here where I could just put everything. Even after I warm up and I take off my sweater, I could just leave it here. So, you know, just storage space. That's really all it is. Now, remember earlier how I told you that I have another cable system? This is the one that I'm talking about. Go back to my old video and you'll see there used to be another squat rack here in this general area. There was a big cable system that ran all the way through the top. Now, with the cable system on the other rack, I liked it, but every time I wanted to adjust the height of it to do like some low rows, I had to take off all the J-cuffs, the spotter arms, and I had to untwist it to then lower it and then lock it back in place. It's just so much time going back and forth. I'm like, I want a cable that's already set down low, and I want one that's already set up high where I could do my heavy back exercises, my heavy pull downs, and my heavy rows. So I tried grabbing that cable system from that other rack, and I tried mounting it on the current rack that I have from Ritfit, but obviously different brands, different dimensions, it didn't line up. I'm like, how can I still find a way to use that pulley system? Oh, easy. I'll just mount it up against the post right here, the patio post, the roof up here, and this post here. Perfect. Now I got my high cable up here and I got my low cable down here. I got all my weights set right there. Real good exercises. I use it for pull downs, obviously for the high one, and then for the low cable, obviously my seated cable row. This is where I get a good amount of my back work done, my accessory back work to help carry over to having a bigger deadlift. Now sliding a little bit more over in front of the cable system, now we have another collaboration with Ritfit. Now, when they sent me the leg press, they also sent me this attachment. This attachment was actually meant to be on the rack, and it's meant for things like squats. Think of it more like a pendulum squat. However, I tried it out. I had the review video. You saw it works great for what it is, but I don't need another variation of squats. Okay, I already got all the barbell type of squats that I can do on a free barbell and the Smith machine. I already got the leg press that I can do hack squats on as well. I already got plenty of squat exercises. I don't need more variety. But what I do need are calves. My calves are a weak point. So I just mounted it on here instead of keeping it on the rack, which was just a huge pain to constantly be putting on there, taking it off, because once it's on there, you can't squat on it. You can't use the barbell to squat because this will get in the way. So you have to disattach it, and it was just too much work. So I'm like, what if I just mount it here permanently, keep it up high, and now I use this for my calf raises. I got a calf raise block down here. Just keep it there. Boom, I have a go-to station for just that one muscle group. This is probably the only big machine where I'm taking up the space to use one exercise. But realistically, it's not really getting in the way of anything else. There's nothing underneath it. But I'm like, I still don't like the idea of just I don't like the idea of having one machine for one exercise. I'm like, how can I maximize this even more? How can I add more variety to make the space worth it? I do boxing. And for anyone who does boxing or any other contact sport, combative sport, anything where you're going to be hitting a lot of head trauma, a lot of head movement, you got to strengthen up your neck because you don't want a concussion. You get slammed down into the mat, you get punched in the face. Again, obviously your head is going to recoil. You got to have a strong neck to help avoid, getting a concussion. And I always had to hook up a harness to my head and then over to a cable machine, and I started doing my neck exercises, moving up and down to strengthen my neck. But I'm like, sometimes even that got in the way because sometimes the cables didn't work or just there was something. I'm like, what if I have just a go-to neck machine? So this post that I use to attach this calf raise machine or the squat attachment to, I had another post that I mounted to it, and I have now a roller up here, and I attached the pin. I'm like, now I can stand on the side, and boom, I got my neck exercises that I can be doing on here. I get one side, I get the other side, I can stand in the middle, just move it a little out the way, and then boom, right here, bring it forward. Now I'm working out the front of my neck, or I could do other exercises. Pretty much I have a go-to station to just work out the neck. Because again, anyone who's playing any other contact sport, any other combative sport, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, anything like that, you got to have a strong neck if you want to try to avoid those concussions. So there you have it, everyone. I just went over the major pieces of equipment that I have. There's other stuff in the corner that you may have saw in the background, like the tires, the kegs, all that stuff. None of that has changed since the 2024 video. You want to see more in depth, go ahead and check out that video. But right now it's not organized. It's all dirty, all the dust, all the pine needles, everything, because I haven't been using it because I'm not currently focusing on that style of training. My goals are a little different right now. But again, there's just more stuff. And there's a couple other minor things that you may have saw in the background throughout the other pieces of equipment. But realistically, those are just the main things. Again, if you are going to be starting a home gym, don't break the bank. Buy everything used. It gets the job done. So it doesn't matter if it's shiny and brand new or rusty and beat up. It's still going to weigh the same amount of weight. Whatever your goals are, get pieces of equipment that are going to help you get towards those goals. Again, your goals are going to determine what pieces of equipment that you get. You do not need to fill up everything with equipment that you're not going to be using. It's just going to collect dust. It's simple as that. So comment down below if this video was helpful, and also comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help you out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any new videos, because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And if you want to go ahead and support this channel, then go ahead and join the membership down below. Instagram and TikTok, be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.